Black-owned banks have long been engines of economic opportunity for African Americans in the U.S. In Chicago, one such financial institution is Seaway National Bank, founded by a group of businessmen led by Ernest Collins and Moses Prophet. The bank opened for business in 1965 on the city's south side, with Black economic empowerment as a key component of its work.
We wanted to help people in the community aspire to reach their full potential, not only in job opportunities, but also to be able to get major and even minor things such as car loans, home loans, educational loans for their children to pursue their career goals, and even businesses within the community. You know, sometimes you would have a very viable business, you know you had a good product, but you could not get that small loan just to start your business. Seaway provided that.
Today, with 3 stores and 60 years of business success, Joseph Caldwell remembers being part of the change that Seaway Bank's Black leadership affected in 1965.
I came to Seaway, applied for the loan. At that time, Seaway had, the president was white, the chief loan officer was white. I went to the loan officer. He turned me down. I went to Mr. Jones pretty distraught about being turned down and told him what had happened. Very interesting conversation. He said, well, he said, turn you down, Caldwell? And I said, yes, they did. He said, can you meet me out there in about an hour? And I said, sure I can, because I had nothing to do. I'm sitting here broke, and I can do whatever you ask me to do. So I met him out here at the bank, and he walked up to the loan office. So they knew him, because he was a board member, and he said, you know, this young man just applied to this bank for a loan. My office is right down the street from him. When I come to work in the morning, and I get to work about 8 o'clock, he's there. I leave about 5, and he's there. If we can't help young men like this, we need to take down our shingle. Make the long story short, I didn't know what happened, but I got the loan.
It was this very scenario that Seaway Bank co-founder Moses Prophet seemed to have in mind when he wrote his founding declaration. Seaway National Bank is more than a bank. It is the most important financial breakthrough in interracial cooperation ever achieved here. It symbolizes the progress and hopes of nearly 1 million Negroes who never before had the opportunity to play a major part in the organization and management of a national bank, and who have enjoyed few of the advantages that banks offer.
I guess my success and who I became, I owe it to Mr. Prophet. And I call him Dad because he was like a mentor and a godfather to me. I'm talking about Mr. Prophet.
Josephine Wade, known affectionately by many as Mother Wade, got her start in the restaurant business with guidance from Moses Prophet and a loan from Seaway Bank when she was in her early 20s.
And I laugh because when I did my first 2 payments, and he popped say, you know, you came in here and you was like 3 days late. Or you was 5 days late. And I said, no, I'm paying on time. And that's when he said, go get that book. And I went to the car and got the book out because I kept it in my glove compartment. And he showed me the difference. And it's so special because at that time, we hardly got a loan from the bank. So he had to show me what was good and what was bad. I learned so much about banking by listening to him.
By all accounts, the leader and driving force behind the creation of Seaway Bank was Ernest Collins. It was Ernest Collins, a successful businessman, who led the effort to partner with other Black business owners and community-minded investors to pool funds to help capitalize Seaway Bank.
He brought a whole new dimension of people with money to Seaway. When you are unaware, you think mostly that professionals are the only ones with the money. Then you recognize that there's a whole group of people out there that have money.
Ernest Collins, one of the original Seaway owners and investors had 3 grocery stores, the food baskets. My father provided all of the fruit and vegetables in those 3 stores. My father was one of the first persons to invest just a small amount of money with Collins to start Seaway.
In 1975, Ernest Collins succeeded Moses Prophet as chairman of the board at Seaway Bank, a position Collins held until 1983. Ernest Collins was followed by Jacoby Dickens, also a successful local businessman who would serve as Seaway Bank's chairman of the board for 30 years. During his tenure, Seaway Bank reigned as a regional financial services powerhouse, adding branches in the greater Chicagoland area and expanding into Wisconsin with the 2011 acquisition of Milwaukee's Legacy Bank.
I was in the industry at the time and working with a group of people, mostly other black lenders, who were identifying the issues we were having with getting our customers' loans approved. So the day after my 50th birthday, April 4th, 1997, I had a moment of temporary insanity and decided I would start my own bank. And as the saying goes, the rest is history.
History, indeed. Legacy Bank became the first woman-founded bank in Wisconsin, and only the second such bank in the nation at that time. Much like Legacy Bank in 2011, the 2008 global financial crisis also gravely impacted Seaway Bank. And in January of 2017, Seaway Bank, once the largest black-owned bank in the U.S., was sold to State Bank of Texas. 3 months later, Self-Help struck a deal with State Bank of Texas for Self-Help Federal Credit Union to acquire Seaway Bank's customer deposits and select branches. It was a move driven by Self-Help's desire to preserve Seaway Bank's 52-year legacy. Now, as before, for members of the Seaway family, meeting the needs of the community continues to be the main focus and the key to success.
We have been in this community since 1986. I could have moved a long time ago. I refuse to move because there are young people in the community that we need to impact and to encourage them to better their lives. They need to see a husband and wife, such as myself and my wife, working together. They need to see individuals that are wearing a tie every day and that's coming to work looking professional and being able to provide professional service to the community.
You have a generation of kids that know nothing about banking, know nothing about finances, know nothing about credit. True enough, that may not be financially profitable for a bank or a credit union, but that is something that's desperately needed in our community.
And it's going to take the investment of not just Josephine's Cooking, but it's going to take the efforts of a Seaway and a McDonald's and a Family Dollar store and all of the different small businesses coming together, pooling resources together financially, and also being able to open up opportunities to bring some of these young men and women in off the street to give them some type of training that they might be able to start off as a janitor and move their way up to being a teller. But now they're able to pay a bill and have some self-esteem and want to go back to school and get back on track. So I think, Seaway can do that.